Okay, we are here. This is Nabuyole Falls. This is on Rivanzoya. Nabuyole Falls. Rivanzoya itself has got very rich history. We are going to talk about it. But this Nabuyole Falls, initially they were called Broderick Falls. Somewhere in the 1940s, there is a William Broderick who came around and is said to be the first white man to see these falls, and he called it after his own name. So he called them Broderick Falls. But then after independence, the glamour for Africanization, for Kenyanization, for using our own names, even the town that was called BDF, Broderick Falls, the name changed. We shall talk about it, Webuye. And initially these falls were then called Webuye Falls, but later it changed to Nabuyole Falls. So after independence, after 1963, is when names in Kenya started changing, and it acquired the Nabuyole Falls, changing from the Broderick Falls. These, the founding father, the Jomo Kenyatta, came around here to open these falls. We hoped and we thought, and then we shall convert it into hydroelectric power, but so far it has not. I remember when you go around here, you'll see a tree that was planted by Jomo Kenyatta, but it was also planted by another freedom fighter, Elijah Masinde Wanameme. This Elijah Masinde Wanameme fought together with the Jomo Kenyatta. In fact, they were imprisoned together in Kapenguria, and because of the prophecy and the seership of Elijah, he rescued Kenyatta from assassination. So you can see all this. They came around with the Jomo Kenyatta, Elijah Masinde. They had good, good intentions, good economic use for these falls, which so far are going to waste. You can harness hydroelectric power from here. Let my cameraman focus on these stones. Look at the stones in the river. These stones are good for building, but if really you removed all these stones, as the river goes down, it becomes now like a pond or a dam, so to speak. It can become now a tourist area. You can have if you want, your restaurants, eating on water. You can have boats. Children can come here, schools for recreation. All this is wasted material if you talk about entrepreneurship. And we're talking about TTV, entrepreneurship TV. So all these stones, think about removing all of them and levelizing the area and trapping the water. It becomes like a lake. And when it's a lake, that's a tourist attraction. And therefore, these are things that are like pretty wasted. You can see where we are standing here, and above the river, if you can have cable wires, touristic, a cable wire coming from here across to the other banks, then people enjoy, riding the cable as they watch the river below. That's the entrepreneurship in this river, entrepreneurship that has not yet exploited. You can see this one becomes like an island. Look at the water, the stones and the land. You can see some bananas are growing there. Whether they were planted or not, one may not tell. But you see, you levelize this, you landscape all this, and it becomes like, steps and all that. And you would have made this a whole lake if you want, a whole pond if you want, and there it is, touristic attraction. So we are saying Western Province, Bungoma County for that matter, has this potential that they would really reap, that gold from it. Now let's focus on the water. Look at that water. Look at the color of that water. Clearly, it is coming from the mountains, and it has gathered a lot of silt. That silt is very fertile. Yes, it's coming from Cherengani Hills, on the Mount Elgon Hills, and then it comes, gathers a lot of silt, and silt comes here. If you can capture and harvest this silt for irrigation purposes, you could have, all this green that you see, you will have agriculture flourishing. So these are the entrepreneurial opportunities that this Nabuyole Falls has in its pregnancy. We need to focus and to think about strategies of really capturing this scenery and creating entrepreneurship opportunities in it. You go down here and you can see, the rocks up there. This is quarry. This is quarrying industry can flourish from here, and therefore really create opportunities for the county and opportunities for the country. So Nabuyole Falls, originally called Broderick Falls, after Sir William Broderick, and then changed to Webuye Falls, but now it's Nabuyole Falls. It is gold, potentially gold mining here. The stones of themselves, of course, if not removing them, then you can still paint them or not to some touristic attraction, and we shall be, look, the land around Nabuyole Falls, farming is going on over there. You can see farmers, small-scale farmers. Those small-scale farmers need something like irrigation. Let's focus on them up there where the water, as far as our eyes can see. If we can do an artificial canal, you dig deep an artificial canal that will now send water across for those people to harvest and therefore be irrigating throughout the year. Even out there, as far as your eyes can show you, if you can do a canal, dig a canal so that diverts water, and there is a method where it can actually even start, that water can start even going backwards, so long as we know the technology of creating furrows, rivers, and whatever, and by the force of gravity, the water will be going up and down, and it will actually service people around. So this is gold that is lying idle, called Nabuyole Falls on Rivanzoya. We shall talk about Rivanzoya later, but this is what we can see about Nabuyole Falls. Meandering, it is in about 5 parts. Up there beyond this, it is one river. We shall see it later. But when it comes and it splits into about 5, and that 5 is what makes it the falls. And after the falls, it again joins and it becomes one river again. So here, it has split into about 5. You can count them from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you could even call it 6, because some are hidden behind this hill. When they come and join, because if you look at here, there is one on the extreme right, there is 2 are here. If you look at 3, that stone there is one that is coming from there, then split into 2, that makes 3. And you come here, there is 4 there, 5 and 6. I can count 6, but the people who know say they are actually 7. So it comes at a distance from here, up there, it splits into 7, and it makes these falls. That is You know, if you had an aerial view, you will see scenery and all that. That's what we're saying. If you come like cables, electric cables, and that electricity, those cables can fetch electricity from the same hydroelectric power that we capture from the river. So it can be self-sustaining. We get the river, we generate hydroelectric power, and then that electric power powers the cables, and the people will be very busy here. You know, here a cable going out, another one cable there, and tourism and children come here to enjoy, and we mint money for the county. So we are talking about wasted resources or dormant resources or potentially, you know, income generating opportunities. This is it. This has been your entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship tutor, the founder of TTV, Professor Henry Buisa.